This is an interesting one, this situation that's developed at the University of Sydney. There's a plan by students to basically tamper with William Wentworth's statue, for want of a better term. This is the quote from the university students. Our immediate goals are simple. Rename the Wentworth building and tear down the Wentworth statue in the Great Hall. We seek to decolonise at large and platform the colonialism Wentworth represented. It's a process of historical rediscovery. What a load of rubbish, Rita.
Oh, well, it is rubbish. It's just idiocy, and the university should just tell them to go and hit the books and concentrate on higher learning instead of this mindless activism. And they've got all their facts wrong, as you would expect. They're saying this Wentworth was from a privileged background, you know, he was the son of a convict, so they can't even get the very basic facts right. And this trend of judging historical figures by the standards of today is not going to end well. That is just, again, idiocy. We've got to have some respect for our history. We've got to have some respect for significant figures in our history, and talk about tearing down statues or renaming buildings just should not be entertained. These activist students should be told to go away and grow up.
Mike, they certainly got plenty wrong. They referred to him as having an aristocratic upbringing, despite him having a convict mother. They also say his crossing of the Blue Mountains ignited the flames of settler colonial violence that led to the death of thousands of First Nation people. Now, Mike, let me quote from eminent historian Geoffrey Blaney, who I think put it into perspective today when he said, Wentworth was one of the founders of a system of state education for children in New South Wales. Take note, students. He was one of the crucial promoters of civil liberties in 19th century Australia. He was somebody. Of course, he had plenty of faults. There is a chance of only 1 in 100 million that any of these Sydney University students will do as much as Wentworth did for Australia. But I wish them well. Geoffrey Blaney. What do you think, Mike?
Well, I don't think we should be surprised that they're a little short on facts. I did like the term historic rediscovery. If Orwell had thought of that, he probably would have used it instead of Orwellian newspeak. But here we are, we roll our eyes at the Chinese government because they refused to accept that Tiananmen Square existed. And we have our own students who apparently want to reinvent history. Apart from anything else, it's just silly. But as one of my listeners said to me once, I was saying, you know, I'm trying to hang on to reality for grim death, doing my best. And she said, oh, yes, we all are, except for people like this who want to reinvent the past and reinvent the whole world. And we go back to the fact that facts are not their long suit, Peter.
Indeed, what a load of rubbish, absolute rubbish. I just hope that the Vice-Chancellor down there just grabs these guys and says, go away or do something about it.